Hello everyone. Today we're gonna talking about Windows operating system comparison. Comparing Windows 95, 98, Me, XP, Vista, Windows 7, 8/8.1, Windows 10, and Windows 11 in terms of the following: vendor support, code name, system type, system requirements, features, application, compatibility, backup, and restore procedures and installation procedures. So first, we're gonna tackle about vendor support. So first, Windows 95. Microsoft ended mainstream support for Windows 95 on December 31, 2000. Like Windows NT 3.51, Windows 95 received only 1 year of extended support, ending on December 31, 2001. Nevertheless, Windows 95 remained the most popular operating system in 1998, despite the release of Windows 98. So yung Windows 95 nag-remain pa rin siyang popular in 1998 despite the release of Windows 98. Next is Windows 98. Microsoft officially ended also support for Windows 98 on July 11, 2006. So, the same sila ni Windows 95. Ended na rin yung support. Mainstream support including incident support and warranty claims concluded on June 30, 2002, but extend support covering security updates ended on July 2, 2006. Users were advised to upgrade to a more recent and supported operating systems. For enhanced security and features, verify the latest information from official Microsoft source or the other reliable channel for any updates since the last information cut off. So that's it. Next is Windows Me. Vendor support for Windows Me, also known as Windows Millennium Edition or ME. Yun. Involves the assistance and service offered by third-party manufacturer and software developer to user of the Windows ME operating systems. It's important to note that Windows ME has reached the end of its official support. Please check for the latest information from a reliable source, as details may have changed since my last update. And next is vendor support of Windows XP. Windows XP are a reliable OS, so its official Microsoft support and on April 8, 2014, the support base include mainstream support and extended support post-end. So in 2001 and 2009, the mainstream support and extended support in 2009 to 2014. User faced security risks due to the lack of updates leading to discontinuation of XP compatible application with third-party vendors. Independent entities offered extended support at a cost, and some enterprise secured custom agreement with Microsoft. However, upgrading to newer supported system was ordered for enhanced security. The most support period highlighted a shift from default vendor support to exploring alternative solutions, underlining the evolving landscape of technology and support structures. Next is Windows Vista. As of January 22, Windows Vista concluded extend support on April 11, 2017. This marked the end of Microsoft security updates and patches, leaving systems susceptible to vulnerabilities. Throughout mainstream support, 2007 to 2012 extended support, 2012 to 2017, Microsoft addressed issues and provide updates. However, post-support offer face security risk and declining compatibility. Users extend support from third parties, but the recommended solution was transitioning to a newer, more secure operating system. The conclusion of Windows Vista support emphasized the need to adopt modern technologies aligned with evolving industry standards. Windows 7 as of January 22. Windows 7 support, January 2022. Windows 7 support ended on January 14, 2020. This conclude both mainstream 2009 to 2015 and extended support 2015 to 2020. Phases. Post support offers phase security risks emphasize the need to migrate to newer, more secure operating system. The shift highlight the importance of adapting to involved technology standards. So yung Windows 7 is nag-end na rin yung support sa kanya. Next is Windows 8 slash 8.1. In January 2022, Windows 8 mainstream support ended also on January 9, 2018, and Windows 8 concluded its support on January 10, 2023 after these dates. Routine security updates and patches see posing potential vulnerabilities to system. In the post-support phase, users were strongly urged to transition to newer Windows version 12, ensure ongoing security and compatibility with advanced technology, and conclusion support. Underscore the dynamic nature of the landscape, emphasizing the need for users to align with activities support operating system. Next is Windows 10. In January 2022, Windows 10 is actively supported by Microsoft. Regular updates including security patches and features enhancements are part of its ongoing service. So yung Windows 10 is ongoing yung support ng Microsoft sa kanya. Next is Windows 11 vendor support. In January 2022, Microsoft actively support Windows 11, providing users with regular updates, security patches, and feature enhancements. Staying informed about the life cycle of their specific version is crucial for seamless and security commuting experience. So next is the code names. So Windows 95, no specific code name. It was internally referred to as Chicago during development. Windows 98 code name is Memphis. Windows ME or ME, internally known as Georgia. Windows XP code name Westler. Windows Vista code name Longhorn. Windows 7, no specific code name used publicly. It retained the Windows 7 moniker. Windows 8 slash 8.1 code name is Blue. Windows 10, no specific code name publicly used. It continue with the version numbering. Windows 11, no specific code name. It's adopted a sequential numbering approach. So that's the code names. So next is system type or the architecture. So Windows 95 architecture initially designed for times 86. Key features, introduction of the start menu, taskbar, and 32-bit multitasking. Windows 98, so yung architecture nito is primarily designed for X or times 86 then. So, key features, improve hardware support, USB, support and enhancement over Windows 95. And next is Windows Me, also designed for 86. Key features focus on multimedia system, restore, and Windows Movie Maker. Windows XP architecture initially designed for 86 with later versions supporting x64. Key features redesigned interface, improved stability, and support for wireless networking. So, ayan. Windows Vista primarily designed for x86 and x64. So key features is Aero visual style, improved security features, and enhanced search functionality. Windows 7 architecture is available in both x86 and x84 versions. Key features, taskbar, enhancements, improved performance, and introduction of libraries. So sa Windows 7 is my libraries. Windows 8 or slash 8.1 architecture designed for 8x86 and 64. It features introduction of the start screen, emphasis on touch input, and improved cloud integration. So Windows 10 architecture designed for x86, x64, and ARM or ARM. Key features return of the start menu, universal apps, and enhanced security features. So Windows 11 architecture primarily designed for x64. Key features redesign start menu, improved window management, and emphasis on productivity and gaming. The next is system requirements. So Windows 95, it requires processor Intel, yan, 386DX CPU, and RAM is 4 MB or 8 MB recommended. So hard disk space is 50 to 55 MB. Next is Windows 98. Processor is 486DX 66 megahertz. Pentium processor recommended. RAM 16 MB or 24 MB recommended. Hard disk space is 195 MB. Windows ME or yung ME is processor Pentium 150 megahertz or faster. RAM is 32 MB. Hard disk space is 320 MB. So next is Windows XP. Processor need to be Pentium 233 megahertz or faster. I'm not sure if it is megahertz. So RAM 64 MB or 128 MB recommended. Hard disk space is 1.5 gigabytes. So medyo malaki na yung pagdating sa Windows XP. Next is Windows Vista. Processor should be 1 gigahertz or 32-bit or 64-bit. RAM is 1 gig or 2 gigabyte recommended. Hard disk space is 40 gig or with 15 gig free space. And Windows 7 processor is also the same, but it is times 86 or 64-bit. RAM is 1 gig or 2 gigabyte is recommended. Hard disk space should be 16 gigabyte or 20 gigabyte for 64-bit. Windows 8 slash 8.1 processor also the same as Windows 7. Almost they are almost the same, but the RAM is 1 gig and 2 gig for 64-bit. Hard disk space is also the same as Windows 7. And also the same on Windows 10, but the 1 gigahertz or faster RAM. So it should be 1 gigahertz or faster. And the hard disk it should be the hard disk space is 32 gigabyte, 64 gigabyte for 64-bit. And the Windows 11 is more heavier. The RAM and the 1 gigahertz or faster with at least 2 cores. Yun yung processor niya. So, mabigat yung Windows 11. And RAM should be 4 gig. Hard disk space should be 64 gig or more. Next is features. Features. So, Windows 95. Here's the Windows 95. Oops. Windows 95 features is Start menu, introduce the iconic Start button and menu. Taskbar introduced for easy access to open application. Plug and play enhanced hardware, compatibility, and installation. Then features of Windows 98, Windows Update introduce Atomic System updates, Internet Explorer 4.0, integrated web browser features, FAT32 file system, improved file system supporting large drives. Windows ME, ang features niya is System Restore, introduce a feature to roll back system changes, Windows Movie Maker, include basic video editing software, Windows Media Player 7, improve multimedia capabilities. Windows XP features user interface, introduce a more polished and colorful interface. Fast user switching, allow multiple users to be logged in simultaneously. Windows XP mode supported running older applications. Aero interface introduced a visual, appealing graphical interface. Windows sidebar added a desktop sidebar for gadgets. User account control. So, sa Windows Vista is may user account control na or yung UAC for improved security with permission prompts. So, ayan, medyo may secured na yung Windows Vista. Next is Windows 7 or Aero Snap and Shake. Introduce window management enhancements. Libraries, simplified file organization with virtual libraries, DirectX 11 enhanced multimedia and gaming capability. So, yung Windows 7 na yung nag-start yung gaming capabilities. Next is Windows 8/8.1. We have their start screen. Replace the start menu with a tile-based interface. Charm bar, introduce a sidebar for quick access to system functions. Enhanced search, improve file and system-wide search capabilities. Then Windows 10 Start Returns. Start menu returns. Reintroduce the start menu with a modern lock. Cortana introduced a digital assistant for voice commands. Virtual desktop supported multiple desktop for better organization. So, ayan. Ni-return nila yung start menu with a modern lock, but with a modern lock. Lastly is Windows 11 features. Redesigned start menu. Featured accented start menu with live tile. So, meron ng live tile sa Windows 11. Snap layouts and snap groups. Improve window management. Direct integration with Microsoft Teams for communication. Ayan. Next is application capability. So first, System 95. So Windows 95, Windows 95 or yes, Windows 95 had robust application compatibility for its time, but some older MS-DOS applications required updates. Windows 95 introduced the 32-bit architecture, and while many 64-bit applications were compatible, some needed modifications. Windows ME. So, again guys, meron lang tayong inayos. Hindi dapat system yung nakalagay. It should be Windows. So, again, Windows 95 application capability. Windows 95 had robust application compatibility for its time, but some older MS-DOS applications required updates. Windows 95 introduced the 32-bit architecture, and while many 16-bit applications were compatible, some needed modifications. Next is Windows 98. Similar to Windows 95, Windows 98 maintained compatibility with a wide range of applications. 16-bit applications continued to be supported, ensuring a smooth transition for users. Windows ME or Millennium Edition. So, Windows ME inherited application compatibility feature from Windows 8. So, ayun, na-inherit niya sa Windows 98 yung compatibility features. Like its processors, it supported both 16-bit and 32-bit applications. Windows XP or Windows XP significantly improved applications compatibility, supporting a vast library of software. Compatibility mode allowed all their applications to run seamlessly. And next is application compatibility of Windows Vista. So Windows Vista introduced changes that affect application compatibility. Some older applications designed for Windows XP face compatibility issues. And Windows 8/8.1. So Windows 8 faced challenges due to its shift to the Metro interface. So ayan, nagka-problema yung Windows 8 due to its shift to the Metro interface. Windows 8.1 addressed some compatibility concerns, making it more user-friendly for a broader range of applications. Next is Windows 7. Windows 7 prioritized backward compatibility, ensuring most applications designed for Vista and XP continued to work. Windows 10. Windows 10 emphasized compatibility, and Microsoft introduced compatibility modes to run older software. The Windows Store facilitated app distribution with a focus on universal apps. And last is Windows 11. Windows 11 continued the compatibility improvement of Windows 10. It introduced the Windows subsystem for Android, expanding the applications ecosystem. So, ayun, expansion yung Windows 11 subsystem for Android. Next is backup and restore procedures. So here, Windows 95, 98, and ME as the same restore and backup procedures. So in backup, manually copy important files to floppy disk, internal drives, or network shares. Considered using third-party backup software if available. To restore, manually copy the backup files to the original location, reinstall application from their original installation media. So next is Windows XP. So to back up, use the built-in backup utility or the NT backup. For file and system state backups, manually copy crucial files to external drives or network shares. And to restore, use the backup utility to restore files and system state. Reinstall application from your original installation media. Next is Windows Vista. So to back up Windows Vista, utilize the built-in backup and restore center for system, image, and file backups. Perform Windows Complete PC backup for full system image restore. So restore. Yes, next is restore. Use backup and restore center for file or full system restoration. Reinstall applications from their original installation media. Next is Windows 7. And backup, use the built-in backup also and restore for system image and file backups. Employ Windows backup for creating a full system image. Restore, use backup and restore files for the entire system. Reinstall application from the original installation media, and Windows 8 or run Windows 81. Backup. Use file history for file backups. Windows 7 file recovery, Windows 8 or file history, Windows 8.1 for system image backups. Restore. To restore, use file history for restoring individual files. Utilize Windows 7 file recovery or system image recovery for restoring the entire system. Reinstall applications from their original installation media. Windows 10. So, to back up Windows 10, use file history for file backup. So, yun lang, same lang din, file history. Use system image backup or third-party backup tools for full system backups restore. So, next is restore. Use file history for restoring individual files. Use system image recovery for restoring the entire system. Reinstall application from their original installation media. So next is Windows 11. To backup, use file history also for file backups. Utilize built-in tools or third-party software for system image backups. Restore. Restore, use file history for restoring individual files. Utilize built-in tools or third-party software for restoring the entire system. Reinstall application from the original installation media. So next is the installation procedures. So the installation procedures of Windows 95, 98, and me. First is insert the Windows installation floppy disk or CD into the laptop. Restart the laptop and enter the BIOS or UEFI settings by pressing the appropriate key. So ayan, F10, delete, F2, F12, or ESC or escape. Then, so next is set the boot order to prioritize the floppy disk or CD RAM. Save changes and exit the BIOS. So next is follow on screen instruction to install Windows. And lastly, partition and format the hard drive during the installation process. Next is in Windows XP. So in Windows XP, insert the Windows XP installation CD into the laptop also. Restart the laptop and enter the BIOS or UEFI settings. Set the boot order to prioritize the CD, ROM, or RAM. Save changes and exit. So, same lang sa una. But here, Windows XP is not using floppy disk. So next is follow on-screen instruction to install Windows XP. Partition the format the hard drive during the installation process. Next is Windows Vista 7. Windows 7, 8, and 8.1. So insert the Windows installation DVD or USB into the laptop. Restart the laptop and enter the BIOS or OEFI settings. So set the boot order to prioritize the DVD or USB drive. Save changes and exit the BIOS. Follow on-screen instruction to install Windows. Create, delete, or format partitions during the installation process. Next is Windows 10. Insert the Windows 10 installation USB or DVD into the laptop. Restart the laptop and enter the BIOS, so same. Set the boot order to prioritize the USB or DVD drive. Save changes and exit the BIOS. Follow on-screen instructions to install Windows 10. Choose to upgrade existing Windows or perform a clean install, creating, deleting, and formatting partitions as needed. And lastly, Windows 11. First, insert the Windows 11 installation USB or DVD into the laptop. Restart the laptop and enter the BIOS settings. Set the boot order to prioritize the USB or DVD, so same. Save changes and exit the BIOS. Follow on-screen instruction to install Windows. Choose to upgrade existing Windows or perform a clean install, creating, deleting, and formatting partitions as needed. So, ayan. So, yung mga old versions ng Windows is parang same lang. And the latest versions is same, parang same way lang din sila to some of, ano, yung mga kinompare natin. Medyo mas malaki ang pagkakatulad ng latest latest Windows operating systems. And yun, thank you for watching.